Hello there friends, Alan here. Welcome to our new channel, Generation Tech Shorts. Hit that subscribe down below if you want to miss out on the rest of our Andor breakdowns. This video also contains spoilers from episode 6 of Andor. When Karis Nemik was first introduced to us, we all knew he was going to die.
I like Nemik, but unfortunately, I think the only thing that's going to survive this mission from him are those props. Manifestos are usually best read when the person who wrote them have long passed.
I wish we could have known more about Nemik's views on other things. Was he against the Empire's centrally controlled economic system? It would have been so poetic then that he got crushed by a few tons of Imperial payroll. Would have added to the legend that I'm sure he'll become. But because Andor is one of the most well thought out and finest pieces of Star Wars cinema we've ever seen, there's actually plenty of clues that Nemik was going to die.
And I know that there's a great deal left to say.
It wasn't just the type of character he was, there was a lot of foreshadowing. First, we have the scene where Nemik is worried that he didn't get enough sleep before his big shootout. Cassian Andor responds reassuringly,
"Don't worry. You'll be fine. You'll sleep when it's done."
By this point, it should be mentioned that if Cassian Andor thinks you're going to be fine, you're not going to be fine. He is one of the most cursed Star Wars characters ever. Probably going to have to do a video about that. Then we have the scene where Vel and Terramin call Cassian Andor up and ask him some questions about the freighter they're jacking. At first, Andor thinks it's a test, but then he realizes,
You don't know how to get it off the runway, do you?
We know how to fly it.
while other parts of their heist was well thought out, clearly the rebels had less of an understanding about the actual freighter they were going to jack. And a big part of the conversation was understanding how to.
So calibrating the weight.
What about it?
How would you do it?
You see, this freighter, unlike other Star Wars ships, doesn't use repulsors or anti-gravity engines to fly in atmosphere. It uses thrust, most likely from chemical boosters or some kind of fuel, which is a lot more volatile and aggressive. It also requires proper understanding of the payload so that you know how to calibrate the engine and thrust. Increase the throttle too much and you burn way too much fuel before reaching orbits, and more importantly, too many G-forces for the people inside to survive. The fact that the rebels had no idea about how to even input the weight of their cargo shows us that they also didn't really think about how they would secure the credits or even strap themselves securely during takeoff. I mean, these guys are basically just standing there holding onto a rail. They most likely thought that this freighter would behave like any other starship and have a smooth and gradual takeoff. As a result, Nemik becomes a martyr.